Almost ready, folks. Let's choose some music that I can put in the background. And I don't get DMCA'd or whatever it is. Oh, that is not going to be easy to choose. I got so much music on in here. Ugh. No, definitely not Lord of the Rings. Yeesh. Oh, no. Yeah. If I do Lo-Fi Girl, I don't know if it'll be a good idea. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna use Lo-Fi Girls. Cause it's a risk. Ish. Alright. Okay. got my tea. Decaf, orange pico decaf with a little bit of lavender, with some lavender from my garden from I don't know how long ago, but I haven't gotten into last year's batch yet. So let me that show good. Nice, thank you. I don't even have my fancy lighting on, and I don't have a lot. That's just what's coming out from the indoors and up there. But yeah, yeah. So I've been working on this for a while, and I'm using Clip Studio Paint. I'm definitely going to be buying this tomorrow. That's for sure, because this program is this took me an hour to figure out, and like I said, it didn't take long. So I've been doing a lot of fixer-uppers with Violet, as you can tell. She does not look exactly the same as my original, so my hope is to make a sort of like along the idea of a paper doll idea. Yeah. So this was recommended to me by Fat Man from one of the game days for good fellers. Oh yeah. Because the thing is with decaf, you can't. It looks right, but the taste is a little on the I don't know, je ne sais quoi idea. Debatable. And I cleaned up my desk a little bit, too. I mean, the thing is, my blood pressure has been a little too high thanks to all the caffeine. And it's not allowing me to sleep, so I can't... I want to have the taste of caffeine without it, but it's like it takes away the flavor, and it's not fun. So... yeah. Hasn't been fun. But yeah. TikTok. I'm gonna have to add my blue sky to that eventually for Moodbot. But yeah, put this back on full screen for a second. Did get something new for my birthday. My mom and I had went to the first local medieval market, and we got this for my phone. It's made with semi-precious stones and glass stones. So I don't like the little the marijuana leaf on the bottom, but yeah. So I can find my phone a little easier now. With all the things that I have black related, it's been a bit of a hassle trying to find my fucking phone. Ugh. And I've had quite a bit of issues with my phone too. Spotify, because I had downloaded so much music onto it. Not to mention the Critical Role podcasts I've been re-listening to. I am still far behind. It's not funny. Ugh. So, let's catch up with what I have for, basically, like I was saying, for Violet. I've been recording it all in our Discord, so that way I can, document that with also the memes. So, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, let me see here. So, let's see here. But yeah, there's been quite a few. Yeah, maybe what I'll do is put this on PC. So, long story short, let me just... No, can't move that aside. Anyway, Here's the thing. I love this, but here's the other thing too. My character's already referred one of Tiamat's the evil queen of dragons, a hamster. During the semifinals for the semifinals for the adventuring games, that was the other year, and my friends and I, we were laughing our butts off. So I'll tell you what led to this. If I can find it. Did I write this down? Probably not. Did I? No. Probably not. But yeah, we've... Let's see here. Yeah, this is it right here. Yeah. This is it right here. And, of course, I've had this for, this weapon. My character no longer wields it because she realized the hard way it's kind of cursed. So, but I like the armor look kind of thing, so, which is great. Let's see here. Any other dragon school? I think my friend... Oh, yeah. That was a pretty good... Yeah. But yeah. Let me see here. I did draw that. Okay, fair enough. Alright. I'm just catching up with a lot of things right now. Alright, there's that. Alright, how to include Dungeons and Dragons into your resume. Team building. Met with your peers twice monthly. Creativity, conflict, resolution exercises. This is a wonderful example of things. Let's see here. How to defeat a Sphinx. You must solve my riddle or die. Me, alternate option. You must endure 10 minutes of the best puns or give me the treasure. Sphinx, smug, foolish human. Have you doomed yourself? I am the king of verbal sparring! Begin! This sounds like a bard thing. Okay. Okay. You don't know the catastrophe you've brought down on your head. Sphinx. Was that a cat pun? Me. It's plausible. Sphinx. Because I'm part feline. Me. I would be lying if I said no. Sphinx. I twitch. I thought you said these were your best puns. These are the perfect puns. Don't throw a hissy just because you infused a clause into the agreement. I gave you an opportunity, you pounced on it, so you can't say a game's unfair now. Oh dear God. And if you were half the man I think you are, you wouldn't be in denial about Tutankhamun. You go from cat jokes to Egypt jokes. Fuck. Superiority puns. You kitten yourself as if you thought I just Moses. Moses on into your stomach without a cat fight. Are you scared yet? Because I can tail these till the river runs dry. Oh my Rod, just stop here and take it. I don't know where I found this, but Paladin. Cast Divine Smite Lich counters with disarming strike. Paladin doesn't stop running towards the Lich with the greater speed. Lich looks down. Paladin's codpiece is glowing. Lich violently screams in fear of Aphrodite's... in fear of Paladin Aphrodite's noises immediately. Okay, Paladin cat. No. Greater speed. Yeah, okay, yeah. And I know, and now you can post it here. I cast Furball. You mean Fireball? No, on the damn carpet! This one. Accidentally drank holy water with my laxative. I'm about to start a religious movement. Shit. Platypus lay eggs and produce milk, which makes them a portable source of omelets. The druid. I don't care how much gold you're offering, I am not shape-shifting. Bag of holding, the non-magic version. Jeez. That's huge. Watch your tongue, vampire. Have you forgotten in Africa? Yes, you genocidal moniker, you generations of my brethren erased from existence. Bard, dude, what did you do? I bless the rains down in Africa. Oh, God. It's a party after a short rest in the final dungeon. Okay. I had only 1 hour sleep, 1 brownie, and 2 shots of espresso. I am ready to either fight God or die trying. Okay, Archfey after agreed. Yeah, nope. Fiero Rocher. Oh, if it was a mimic. I see. Not bad at all. Wow, you are not holding back, yeah. Wood elf, urban elf. Not much of a difference. Shanking him to stab possum. Part pet, part assassin, perfect weapon. We'll see. Paladin. So there she was, vampires, naked in a barrel of water in front of a seeing orb. Naturally, I blessed the water. She started melting. Got out. Started boiling it and telling the orb that cost 100 gold pieces per bottle. Bard, only fangs. Paladin, only fangs. Alright, this one. Honey, I know this looks horrible, but the way he's telling us he loves us is... wants to share his prey because for him, we're the most important thing in the world. Gives a deer. Okay. Alright. Give me a spot check. No, 49. Come again? That's how many spots I have. Not bad. Why is this making me think of a Drider? With that as a hat. I know that's like a cone chip or something like that. I haven't... Oh my god, it's so cute. Dragons showing off their kobolds like this at the gathering. Aww. I actually like this idea. Definitely a Stick Nation thing if you've been seeing that on TikTok. God, I need to do a stream on these later on. What can I say except you're welcome? I'm working on it! Hurt a bit. Party. Cast grease and set fire. Cleric tries to put it out with create water. Oh no. Here's the funny thing. Right now, my character has a scroll of grease, and she actually can do create water, just not just her, but also our other magic user, Ori. This one is just so cute. Cleric, don't worry, I can help you. Death Cleric. Yeah. Yeah, I guess, but now I'm scared to think what they're up to. If I lie successfully to the paladin, he will believe that to be the truth. So, if he repeats what I lied to him, he would actually be persuading someone and not deceiving, right? Warlock, Bard, DM. GM. Do you want a cat or a bat familiar? Wizard. Yes. Either way, it's still a win. Alright. Bard, your visage is so hideous. The last time you had a portrait done and it required neither a hammer nor nails as it hung itself, DM. Interesting concept. Series X, are you okay? That thing almost killed me. The Switch is barely alive. No PS5, no one can. Yeah. Alright. I have a girl in Dungeons and Dragons group. I was the DM. Who was really shy. She didn't roleplay, but I was kind of passive during combat. The other players would sort of do their thing and ignore her. Not being toxic, just too excited about their own characters. So I kept gently encouraging her. Slowly but surely, she became more comfortable as it turned out to be an impressive role player, problem solver, and she would catch clues the rest of the party would miss. One day I mentioned how impressed I was how far she came, and she said something that made me cry. I dealt with social anxiety my whole life. I didn't feel comfortable most places, but I feel comfortable at your table. Thank you so much. I struggle with social anxiety myself, so being able to give someone else a safe place to express themselves makes me proud. I consider that my greatest accomplishment. I don't suffer with social anxiety, but I do have a bit of a stutter, as you can tell with my voice occasionally. Whoop. Little too big. You heroes think you can no. You heroes think you can wine and dine and give up my Master Evil's plan? I'll never talk, no matter how good the buffet is. Oh, I think you misheard us. We're taking you to the buffet. Nice. Yeah. Now this one's a little controversial. The picture. But I didn't ask how old the slaver plantation was. I cast a fireball. I'll allow it. Damn right you don't. Yeah. So, here we go. Long story short, it was right in between the quests for the adventuring games. Our friends had found out that there was a lot of jewels theft going on, and it was only the emeralds. Now, in D&D, emeralds and sapphires are used to house extra spells and stuff like that. So, but it was majority emeralds. The Arcanum, which is a magic academy, university type of thing, they were getting ready for midterms and they needed a lot of emeralds. So, the long story short, we ended up finding out that the gem that was given from that the headmasters give to one another was sentient, and since the original headmaster came back and was trying to take over everything, being a real, how should I say this, pain in the ass, more like. So we ended up finding out that one of our friends were being possessed by the emerald, and was using a sort of like, like the, whenever the cartoons would put a black hole in a certain area, go through it, and no one else would go through it, and stuff like that. Well, that's what apparently can be done in magically too. So, yeah. So, what I wrote down, so Saturday night before the boss, as you can see, all three of us went separate, I escorted an wounded NPC to his office, only to find the warlock in a magic trance. Then I see a rogue wearing her goggles, going all out CSI on a blood trail. So, I look at the warlock's familiar, which is a little silver pseudo-dragon. and I finally decided to use Talk with Animals. And the DM goes all Scottish out on me for the little fella. And it was pretty funny. I've only used Talk with Animals a few times. And yeah, this one was a very interesting. Anyhow, let's see here. The gang laughed in my face once he did that. So the boss, we got hit. Yeah, so, long story short, I found a faster way to use my character's shield. Now, she is able to use one spell either from a druid or cleric. The level 1 spell I chose is Mold Earth. So what I did was I let the ground out from underneath its feet, which is just an emerald golem, and then trap it. And then trap it kind of thing. So it didn't go anywhere. So unfortunately that thing damaged the shield that I used the spell from. And almost every shield I had, except for the one I originally had in the beginning of the campaign, had been at least smashed once. And yeah. Dude, you damaged my shield again. Guess I had that one coming back at me. You did that to almost every shield she's on. That's twice now. And the DM's wife is my best friend. How to play with dragons. You came to fight to kill the dragons? I fight. Am strong dragon. Me, look. I just came to reclaim some stolen treasure. This doesn't have to get messy. Treasure? What treasure? You know? Like your hoard? Dragon. Very excited. You want to see hoard? You came to see my hoard? I show you. I will show you the best dragon hoard. Come see my hoard. Okay. Cautiously follows. Dragons puffs with his chest proudly to show the cave entrance. The cave is very tidy, jam-packed with old toys in every size and model. One wall is out of the game dates of consoles and zero stolen treasure. Me. This is the best hoard ever. Yee! You want to play with hoard? You bet I do! I'm against necromancy, but I'm using it to fight demons. Cool. We can be friends until the demons are dealt with. After that, it gets difficult. Not sure where that comes from. My warlock proceed. Hello, Mordecai. Hello, Mordecai. Is that Charlie Day? Probably. Good day. I just felt like doing a little, showing off some of the stuff in my D&D Discord before I start drawing. Because I'm waiting for my tea to steep proper, so. There we go. Now we got some flavor with the decaf. I just put some, put a little bit of lavender in there just to give it a little taste. IT and D&D. But I do like coffee, but I have to be very careful with it, so if I'm gonna have coffee, it better be early in the day. My warlock rolling persuasion to come, an NPC ally with embrace. Rolling that one. That coffee is nice occasionally. I got a fancy espresso machine, so I'd like to make myself a fancy coffee from time to time. Me, the DM. Give me a hug. But there are children in that room. The DM made it a perfect size for fireball. Giving everyone from the Underdark an Australian accent because they're from the land down under. I did not stutter there, thank God. Finally, you made it to my lair. Now you will understand my true power. Psh. Sorry I'm late. I did all the side quests. This was supposed to be a boss fight. It still is. For you. That's exactly like how I do things. Because here's the thing. I'd rather get all the side quests done than get the boss and give him a sweat worth a sweat worth sweating for. Druid, I should not have done that. DM. Yeah. I used my action to smoke some herbs and go back 12 seconds back in the past to change that. Now, why on earth would you think that would work? Time travel? Ugh. I'll allow it. Definitely gonna have to happen. Oh, I don't think I have time in my garden right now. Okay, this is cool. Eva, you lost. Welcome back. Avas, you. Was watching this weather. Nice. Anyone watching the games? Keep losing connecting from. Oh, ow. Good to know, Mordecai. Avas, ye lily-livered village rat. That'll make you walk the plank, you skillywag. This is why they commandeer our ships. Breath weapon like a pirate day, huh? No worries. Hey, what if I use create or destroy water too? It won't work. Destroy the part of a water elemental. Oh. Now, this was something I shared. It's actually pretty cool. It's a dice sword. So, anyway, the finals for the, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Damn it! Okay. Thanks. It's not the first time I've done one like that. Let me just, do. Okay. Not now. I do not want that to be my main. Nope. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna have to do. Because a stupid, I do not like, Edge, so I'm gonna have to fix that later, because I'd rather do it in Chrome.
Hey, let's roll the latest sword. And for those of you that don't know, this is a dice rolling weapon. It rolls a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and of course 20. Just ready the weapon and swing or hit something. It's got an accelerometer inside. Let's see what we get. 12, not bad. Hey, I'm gonna be giving
the guy on TikTok is called Dice Weaponry.
Tell your friends. Cheers, guys. Have a great one.
It's lovely work,
let's
too.
roll the latest sword. And for those of you that don't know, this is a dice.
But yeah, it is beautiful work. So, this is my character, but I'm getting to what her, I'm getting to, like, what her, the story behind, that's one of the scars here. So, let me get back to the Discord. So, anyway, onto the Medusa. Our characters are doing adventuring games, and we're doing the finals. So, basically, we have to go through a maze, and every single one has an obstacle we have to either fight or outsmart. We ended up almost getting into a fight, but the thing was, earlier in the campaign, we went and stopped a heist, a casino heist, happening right in the dwarven homeland. And the person that was the mastermind, oh, yeah, it was a labyrinth of it, but these were like floating islands above the whole entire, whole entire city. So we had to go, like, from explore there, find the exit, go on the bridge, and get the hell out of and get to the next one, and keep on going until there's one left. That we did. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Turns out the person who planned the whole thing, her brother swore revenge on us, and he wasn't a very good bard, nor, he wasn't a very good, a lot of things. But he did plan to trap us. However, his downfall was the fact that, he tried to outsmart us with an illusion, of, basically, one of our rivals had my character's, mentor on the team, but he didn't get one other person right, considering, my character's rival, which I imagine him with a very stupid-looking mustache and goatee. Well, maybe not, or a stupid-looking hair. I imagined him with a very stupid-looking haircut. I was almost thinking he'd have, like, a stupid, like, handlebar mustache that almost looked like a, something along the ideas it was attached to his hairline, maybe? Yeah, something like a Victorian that had, their mustache attached to their... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I should write that down. That would probably be a good idea. Luckily, I got more than enough stuff to write down my ideas with. Is this what I... Oh no, this is something else completely. But yeah, I'll show that another time. This could do. Alright. Sideburns. I know that he's not Sir, but his character's name is, Clyde Thundermane. And he's also basically part of the one, yeah, Sideburns that connects the stash, or vice versa. But yeah, you're more than welcome. I'm trying to do some more streaming on my, when I can, because, my hours have definitely decreased. And it's gonna decrease even drastically more, so hopefully I can, do a little more streaming just to help out with a little bit of, the bills and stuff like that. Oh, I've been streaming for ages and stuff like that, so... But, last year I kind of had a bad plateau. My husband got me into this, so yeah. I enjoy it occasionally. Once in a while I get a lot of good people coming in for basically, whenever I'm playing on the Switch, I got a lot of people watching me play Pokemon and stuff like that. I might just get back into it, and stuff, but I've been having the art itch for a little bit too, and I do occasionally, I do love playing Tomb Raider as well on my spare time, but I also, yeah. This is not, here's the thing, this whole Twitch thing has been a little on the, what's the best way can I call this? It has a really weird reputation. I got that. But I will also be putting this on my YouTube maybe later. But anyway, yeah, Clyde Thundermane. That's what it says right here. So anyway, the bad guy got petrified by a Medusa. And my friends and I was like, okay, I had my shield nice and shiny. Yeah, exactly. So my character knew that the inside of her shield was very shiny. So she had, what she did was, considering she's considering she's a Greek mythology character, her character is based in a Greek Greek islands and stuff like it. No. Maybe a side job, but it'll be a hobby job. I'll tell you that for sure. Anyway, she was using the inside of her shield as a mirror so that her friends can actually kind of get after the Medusa from behind. So, yeah. So, yeah, that worked. So my character was like, okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, my character gave them a choice. Either we continue on. Yeah, Greek and Roman, exactly. So, the funny thing is, right now, my character and her friends are in my character's hometown. I'll get to that eventually. So, anyway, we got off that island, and we're on the next island we were good on. We ended up, long story short, see here, my character, yeah. Hey, dude! I'm enjoying this! Thank you, God. Thank you, Mordecai. But, yeah, anyway, yeah. So, this is where the scar comes in that she has right there that I drew. So, basically, long story short, we were trying to avoid get the hell out of this area. And this is a very, like, hot, lava-ish area with these very circular towers that have, sort of like saws on the whole thing. My character is not that very... The area was not that very, we weren't expecting it to move, and my character got sawed in half, almost. So, luckily my character had, like, some potions left over. She's a centaur paladin, and yeah, so that's where that scar came from. Yeah, and... We managed to get through that. I had a death saving roll. But I made a mistake with my math because I still had 1 hit point left. So I'm like, oh fuck. I did that all wrong. And he's like, no, and there's like, that is really good role playing. Yeah, but I just nearly had a panic attack, dude. So it's like, okay, that one is gonna stay, but yeah. But like I said, it made great drama, Mel. I'm like, yeah, I gotta admit that's true. But yeah, okay, so these were the concepts for the, ball that they went. This one was, second one. There's the first, and this is, yeah, those are the first two concepts that she has, and this was another concept that I had made, but I had to borrow the tattoo design because from early in the campaign, my character has a tattoo of her goddess right on her shoulder. Got a 16. Would I say I would survive? Probably. Yeah, but the thing is, for my character, she wasn't. I looked at how much that the plate was costing, and she was along the same idea as a alternate myself. Do I have a saving throw? Oh, dear God. Yeah, you're definitely talking like a DM, dude. That's for sure. But yeah, our characters own a bar. Yeah, we invest in a bar and stuff like that. So, long story short, I do these traditional before scanning them in, and then, yeah, scanning them in, and then I, haven't gotten a chance to go back into, drawing digitally, because I've had a problem with Photoshop with the way it is. I don't want it to be claiming my shit, their shit, if you know what I mean, especially with the AI stuff, too. So, I ended up getting an idea from this to redo the whole uniform, which has her family crest right here on the brooch, and right on the inside is it's actually a, supposed to be like a military, uniform idea. Thank you very much. But yeah, so I had to do a redesign because I didn't like this at all. So if you can see what I mean. But yeah, in one of our one of our early adventures, we ended up finding a whole bunch of basically spider silk robes. I gave one to my friend, the warlock / sorcerer. And we had about 7, and she was like, I don't need these. I'm like, no, yes, you do. So she kept half and gave half to the people that was like, well, we can't go back empty-handed. And it's like, I have a few of these. I can probably part with a few. So she got the rest of them turned into outfits for the girls and I. So it's basically me, my character Violet, Lady Violet Nighthoof, which is a centaur paladin. Well, no, we did have a lot of something, but the person we rescued was from a treasure hunting group and stuff like that, and they didn't have much. So she was more than willing to have a little bit more. She's gotten like a lot of those spider silks robes, like at least like 6 or so, 8 or 6 of them. So yeah, no worries, no, thanks. But yeah, basically, Kraka, she is a Kenku, Raven Kenku, really good at what she does. My best friend, other best friend, the Mrs. DM. She is a warlock sorcerer, brass dragonborn, female named Ori, and her familiar is a silver pseudo dragon named Zinc, and he's a cute as fuck little feller. And yeah, that little fella is quite a show stealer sometimes, but yeah. But yeah, my character has a twin sister, and yeah. I know. Actually, my best friend, she has actually crocheted him in real life. So, I don't exactly have a photo of drawing of him. Wait, do I? Oh, there's my sketchbook. Let me look. Let me just go through my old sketches here. But I know I got some pictures of in my DeviantArt somewhere. Well, this was a picture in the go. I didn't finish this one, but yeah, full screen. That's Ori right there, and Zinc is on the top of her head. He's always perched on her head. And that's Kraka on the other side. I was supposed to put my character in the middle, but I have a hard time trying to draw the same thing twice. It's not fun. But yeah. But yeah. Anyhow. Oh yeah. We'll probably won't be. We'll be having a our session has always been on Saturdays because our friend, my friend Kraka, she's a mom in a IRL, so she has to be the more responsible person. But we can actually game for a little longer on Saturdays than we can on Thursdays. So. Oh. Yeah. So, anyway, we ended up right on the last island. That was pretty much a race. So what happened was, my character's rival decides to burn the bridge, and my character is not having it. So the sorcerer's, Ori, she said, I'm gonna take a quick cat nap because she could do that. So I suggest just kind of lay her on my back, cast fly on my ass, and have Kraka just kind of going on my shoulders as if we were doing what is it? Oh, what was it? On my shoulders to make sure that everything is doing all right. Let's just say this: the way her rival. She was kind of riled up, and long story short, she went right after her rival, like a bat out of hell, pissed off, and decked him one in the schnoz, right when he last expected it. Yeah, that's too noble she's punched in the face. The one that she punched in the face before the whole campaign started was supposed to be an ex of hers. And I will explain more about that later. But, anyhow. We had pretty much fought tooth and nail through that whole, this was a whole, labyrinth of things as well. And my character almost died again, but luckily my friends pretty much used their stuff to pretty much save me, because what we thought was a potion of healing potion turned out to be a bomb. So my character got almost lost her face again. It's not the first time, won't be the last, I'm pretty sure of it, but at least this time she didn't get any scars and stuff like that. Oh, it's really... I think that, to be honest, I think that the, last island was exactly like that, but we definitely did a lot of outsmarting a lot of other competitors and stuff like that, so there be that. So, right at the last hallway, we ended up going through another, an elemental. My character managed to get swallowed by it, but she decided to hold her breath, and then she noticed the key at the top. So she reared up, grabbed it with her sword, and then got out, threw it to Kraka, the rogue, and she hightailed it out, and the DM had based one of the characters that was basically the champions on Grog Strongjaw from Vox Machina, and she pretty much, the guy threw his greatsword at her, but she pretty much did a couple of nat 20s to get onto that chair and won it for us. Whew! We definitely leveled up after that shit, that's for sure. I pretty much sweated my freaking ass for it. So yeah, our characters won that. That was pretty good. But yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. Never fails for mimics. Oh, God. If we had a bard on our team, that might be useful. If you know what I mean. But, yeah, our rogue has a, PTSD problem with, mimics. The first one we fought was a damn door! The last one, we didn't fight it because, it had no teeth and it tried to lick everything off her arm. And that was like, ugh, that was gross. That was funny. But yeah, the adventuring ball ended up getting to be a lot, was doing good until, long story short, if you, know anything about, like, the Frost Maiden, Frost Maiden expansion, he decided to make it a cult type of thing. So, they tried their best to, pull that off that night, and unfortunately, the poor king, he almost sacrificed his life for the whole thing, but we ended up saving a lot of people and stuff like that, and, yeah. But, like I told the king, not all gods stay dead, just forgotten for a while. The scars are still there. And if you here's the thing. You record the god's name, people are gonna be intrigued and want to know more about this god. So it's better off it's like, he or she shall not be named kind of thing. You need to be smarter with how you record history, if you know sometimes. So, this gets cute. Keely, aka Kraka, brought her youngest son over to one of our sessions. This kid, we had him in charge with the dice tower. Now, the dice tower I have, this was gifted to me by my husband. The dice tray is around here somewhere else, but I had him roll for us all with that. And he was such a cutie. He only showed up for 2 hours for sessions. He was more interested in a lot of things and stuff like that. So, yeah. It was so adorable. So, yeah, Pirates of the Pants, yeah. But yeah, she actually punched another guy's lights out. Basically, the rival came back and he had robbed us all. Yeah. I mean, Keely, aka Kraka, and Sylvie, aka Ori, I've known them for a very long time. So, yeah. And the fact that I've only been doing D&D in my adult life, so, yeah. I've known Keely since, longer before middle school, around there. And, so, this gets interesting. The rival that I mentioned and that, got petrified by the Medusa. Long story short, he still, since this was like the week after everything had happened at the ball, our characters were, and all the adventurers were ordered to participate in guard duty and with the consulate, because they were now low on people to protect the castle and this whole city. And since the king was out of commission, the princess, his daughter, she was still a little too young to take the throne in her father's stead. So the prime minister guy, he was in charge of doing everything. So anyway, while we were on patrol, we get teleported into a dungeon that is poorly goddamn made and was not finished. So we managed to get out of there no problem. We reported to to the person in charge, to the person who has been giving our assignments and stuff like that, and coming to find home to find everything, a lot of our stuff stolen. So we ended up not only started investigating, we even told our found out that even our alcohol was even stolen. We told that to our friends, which is also our friends, the dwarven guys, which are also the co-owners of it. Yeah. That what had happened and stuff like that. That we were also also investigating, because Kraka had put a little interesting trap on one of the chests that only allowed them to see, and also I would have been able to see, but magic dust. So there was a trail leading all the way to the theater. So my character's gonna stick out like a goddamn thumb because she's a centaur. No surprise. But she... well, almost did that. Almost did that! But here's the thing. I actually... One second. I met him. That was just... I'll put that back later. I know. And he was flirting with me while I was waiting. Yeah. That was definitely something, alright. Yeah. I'm not sure why my alerts aren't working, but that's fine. I don't care. I know, that was a long-ass time ago. But he is such a wonderful person and stuff like that. My husband teased me and he's like, oh, you gotta see your other boyfriend, eh? That was when my husband was my boyfriend, but that was funny. But yeah, so anyway, I let Ori and Kraka pretty much do all the investigation, and I ended up becoming someone else's understudy for a little while, and our culprit was disguised as Matt Mercer and I'm like, oh my god. Really? So the funny thing is, the play was a goof of the Pirates of Penzance. I actually seen that with my best friend. So I had an idea what was going on, and so I went along, my character and I went along with this. So once my friends would pretty much nodded that this guy was an imposter, I punched his light out with a nat 20. So that is 1, 2, 3 people I punched the lights out. And the door, and when so when our friends that were also with the dwarves that found out that they stole our liquor, oh, they came up with the perfect plan. We locked him into the dungeon he failed to finish paying for. Yeah. So I've been nicknaming that guy Lemon Squeezy, even though his name was Limoncello. So the DM likes to make NPCs either the allies with names of crystals and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you very much. And the villains with names that sound like drinks, because the character's sister was named Sangria, that had died, kind of thing. And like I said, his character's name, the NPC we were against, was a yellow tiefling named Limoncello. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, a lot of our campaign is loosely based on the actual campaign's expansions and stuff like that. For example, Barovia was actually called Darkshire, and it was the main Strahd was kind of separated in different. No, my husband is a streamer. He likes playing video games, and he doesn't do role-playing and stuff like that, but my husband's a big nerd in other things as well. He also, last night, he was playing with the game days for good, Star Trek Voyager. And, yeah. The thing is, I can do better than a link. Let me just get to the right spot here. Crap, is that working? Guess not. Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
I don't understand why it's not showing up, but that's Johnny.
I'll shut that out in a sec. I'm playing online.
Okay, I think I see what's going on.
But thank you
here.
for the
Thumbs
follow.
up, soldier.
Oh,
Thank
God.
you for the follow.
So do you do people. Welcome to the party. I'll show you. Get my butt kicked. Oh. Oh. Couldn't counter. Shit. Shit. Oh. Oh. She's a beast. Oh. Oh.
I need to
Oh no!
Yeah, that's Johnny. No worries. Okay. Yeah, Johnny L, as in L. There we go. There you go. Johnny goes on both. There. He is on both. Streams on both YouTube and on everything. But yeah. But yeah, he and his guys are raising money for the hospital that saved me. I am a children's hospital baby. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mordecai. I greatly appreciate this. And let me see here. Yeah, we're doing 20. Yeah. But yeah, my character ended up getting a little alarming letter from her sister. So thank you. So what I've been doing with all the letters that my character's been getting, I have a wax seal set. So my character's sister's name's Rosa, so I decided to use a rose-looking, rosy look wax and stuff like that too. So yeah, I figured as much, Mordecai. Thank you very much. But yeah. From what it looks like, basically my character's homeland, they were not letting any letters go out to anywhere else outside of the Alex Islands. Now, they're from a place called Coral Cliff, which I based it on the idea of the White Cliffs or Dover/Whitestone. But also my birthplace of Prince Edward Island, because the soil and everything there is very like a coral color, like in sand and stuff like that. So I kind of felt like the idea is like, what if my family never left PEI and stuff like that? What if my parents were a little different, if you know what I mean. So I'm just doing it as like a what if idea. And what if my sister had actually survived and stuff like that. So I kind of was... This was a little emotional in some parts and stuff like that. But yeah. That was that. I was getting a little very emotional the closer my character, our friends and we got to basically, we had to get a court case out of the way because this bastard, was, accusing us of something we didn't do. And we were originally rookies at the time. It's like, we didn't know any better. We understand what's going on here. The situation and stuff like that. But, yeah, lo and behold, it turns out that the, the place that we're living in is called Avalonia. It's basically a whole bunch of islands that together makes the head of a dragon. So, which is pretty cool. I don't have anything on me right now, but I left everything upstairs, my D&D bag, because I always like it close by to the door, as it were. But yeah, so anyway, our characters are forbidden from talking about it because it's an ongoing matter. Turns out we figured out that the person we met earlier that morning, which is kind of cool because the guy was in if wheelchairs existed in medieval times, this would be it. It was lovely looking too. So it was something like that character in Wicked, Elphaba's sister's a wheelchair, but a little more medieval looking. Which I thought, as I imagined it in my head, I'm like, wow, that is brill idea. So, that guy was with the Avalonian Secret Service, and right by the end of everything, we noticed something was not quite right about the guy. As we then realized all the rumors that we've been hearing about this guy, everything was making sense. We realized that he's part Fae. And he's been charming people to their deaths. And making them do... and all this other shady shit. So he is half elf, half Fae, mobster. And my character is not happy about it, and she's like, I really want to punch him. I really want to punch him. She has a bit of a temper from her mother's side. A little bit. But, yeah. Which is kind of like, I get it, but, yeah. So, but, yeah, like I said, my character really hates the word allegedly so much now she really wants to punch his lights out. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Stop making me... What do you mean? What is happening? Meow. So, we ended up avoiding quite a lot of assassins. And right on the way to things that were on our way to leave, turns out one of the swords that my character had was from a lot older than she was than it was led on to be. So, yeah, turns out that she was offered 200,000 gold or trade, but the person was like, I would suggest you taking this to the museum. It is a better... This is something that needs to be studied. So, basically her sword, it was basically a blade with Dwarvish runes right inside of it. But the whole hilt was, like, tree around with a thorn on the end. And if my character used the thorn, it caused them to be paralyzed. It was a very useful sword, don't get me wrong. Uh-oh, I feel sneeze. I usually sneeze louder, but that's alright. But, yeah. Turns out this was a sword that was used in the first and last, Sword of Oberon. So my character was like, oh... Okay, this needs to be in a place that is basically, needs to be, placed in an area that needs to be admired, and, and shit. So, let's see here, characters arc, yeah, I almost cried when I asked the High Priest to see her sister, but it was like, everyone was looking at me like, he really wanted to see her, I confirmed. Didn't, but it didn't really. It was an emotionally week because my mom was in the hospital, and I had gotten some really good news that she was going to be transferred from the hospital 2 hours drive from here back home, and then the next day she was going home. So I was like, oh. I was emotionally, charged, as it were. But yeah. It was a rough week. And, yeah. So, there's a lot here that I have left. Let's see here. Basically, both my character's mentor and his friend had a falling out because turns out the High Priest of Anul was a drow, and we have like moon elves. Turns out a lot of them had started worshiping Anul, and they changed to like a blue color, from black to blue type of thing. So, his mentor was the Cleric of the Sun God, which is basically we're chasing after someone who is doing an offshoot of the God of Sun, with half of it the sun and the other half a black sun. So my character really wants to talk, and we've already gotten one of the items that we need. We're like, my character's heritage version of vestiges kind of thing, but this is a full suit of armor that could also work as a construct. Sentient construct that can help us out. Either A, my character could wear it, or B, she can have it as a construct. So, anyhow, imagine Pikey! Just with a hammer type of thing. So I'm like, oh my god! She's adorable as shit! I don't know what it is with gnomes. They're cute! But yeah, I'd imagine Ashley Johnson doing something between Pike and, what was that character? Yasha. Somewhere's between there. My tea's getting cold, but I don't care. But yeah, so anyway, we outsmarted a ancient siren. Well, I pretty much told my friends there's two versions. There's technically there's one version, but everyone gets mermaids and that mixed up. Because technically they are basically like harpies. That's what a true siren is. But anyway, the siren looks at us and realizes, wait a minute, you're not men. No, we're all female. So just like she was hungry and stuff like that, and Ori, aka Sylvie, offers it some strong alcohol. She was gone after 2 sips. We were laughing our butts off, so we went up and got this shield, not shield, but a helmet that's very ancient Greek looking and stuff like that, it was sentient. It had wings like Cap's hat. Cap's hat and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, the last 2 we managed to yeah, so it was basically had the spirit of the first king, Kiran, and it was going to help us and also be our let us know where other parts of him and other, which of course we had to do other deeds for the gods as well. So in other words, the DM, aka the Mr. DM, I would call him, called it the 12 Labors of Violet Nighthoof. And I'm like, great. Okay, that should be interesting. So, anyhow, basically what my characters cover is that she's going home because of family matters, and that she was helping her father and her brother with stuff, because she comes from like half her family is merchants and half her family are in the military knight stuff. So the fact that my character is embracing both, being an entrepreneur and a hero herself, so, and basically it was like, look, a paladin is quite expensive. For paladin's equipment is not cheap, so if she has a little extra income coming in, that's all fine by her, which I find that is a very good idea. So, yeah, anyway, let's see here. Kraka didn't want to take her ship, the blue, her ship is called the Blue Star, and it's actually a flying ship, but we've been using it so far as a traditional sailing ship. So, my character, on her way to getting that, we ended up asking one of my character's dad's friends that if there was anything that my dad owed a favor with. So we delivered the ship, but it turns out that Kiron had a ship too, so we towed the extra ship over and ended up learning a lot of information what happened to the within the capital. So basically all these people are being brainwashed into this religion type of thing, and that they don't realize that they've been basically kind of crazy how all the people are. But luckily with this whole city is bordered by a great forest that is also, we ended up finding out once we get my character's homeland, that her hometown is safe from it all. So she's like, ugh. So it's only the capital. So she's kind of relieved, but she's kind of scared that her mom might be under this influence too. So that's kind of what she's worried about. Anyhow, so we left the ship. Yeah. Anyhow, I ended up getting 2 nat 20s that night, and basically the next one was basically the golden apple. Ugh. Alright, nope. Ban. Don't need people like you. That's for sure. I need you out and about. Alright. Now that bugger's out of the way. So, yeah. I had to distract my character's goddess. So that's my character right there. Kraka, Ori. And you can almost see Zinc right there. And she goes from there to there when I kind of pissed her off. But I de-escalated it the week later. So basically, I started thinking, my character has not seen her family. She has not seen her sister. She is missing everyone like crazy. And she pretty much tells Alona, her goddess, that you're the only family right now I have, kind of thing. And she goes into emotional breakdown at that point, and it's enough to distract her from Kraka getting all the apples, which we ended up getting the white pauldron, which is the shoulder armor right here. So, anyhow, we ended up going to meeting up with her mentor and stuff, and he pretty much, we exchanged information from there. And I tell my friends that the first temple of Alona was actually trees that were thousands of years old, all grown into a temple, a Greek temple type of thing. And I'm like, I want to build that, something like that later on, but no, that's not going to be easy. And it's cold. But yeah, but yeah, we ended up finding out through my mentor, Eratan. He is a druid and cleric, and he's an elf. And he ends up letting me know that Coral Cliff is safe from the influence going around. So she decides to, and they suggested that perhaps using her grandparents' castle would be the best base. My character's grandma is a former general, and her grandfather is a merchant. So, this is kind of their retirement job right now, being the keeping an eye on the city type of thing. So, yeah, it gets so fun. Violet and friends make it to the castle to see it's empty. It's quiet inside. It's true. Violet sees the butler bells and starts ringing them. Now, here's the one thing I came up with. Grandma, grandmare, grandfather, grandsire. Because with horses, basically they let you know which it was sired by. And I got that idea too from TikTok. Thank you for showing me that clip from Outlander that my mom is obsessed about. That he says he's a grandsire. And I'm like, I'm gonna use that, even though I don't like I'm not one for that series, but you get the idea. So, yeah. And the DM made my grandmother sound like Reba McEntire, of all things. And I'm like, oh god. I could hear my grandmother and my actual grandmother that passed away months ago. Last year, kind of giggling behind me, as it were. So it was kind of funny. But yeah. All right. Let's get drawing, shall we? Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that hand. Because it looks good. Okay, that's already drawn, so maybe if I just, add those together. Because I love that hand. Oh, shoot. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I don't need that one. Yeah, thanks for the lurk. Oh. Okay, so I'm just gonna hide this all for a second. That's her. And yeah. That's what I got in my book right now. Okay, so I need you and you. Alright. So these are the two I need to merge. There, renaming it. So that's what I figured out. I just need to finish drawing the rest of her backside. Alright, let's, I could use another cup of tea of some sort. Be right back. I am thirsty. Well, it'd be nice if I didn't forget my my tea. Okie dokes. Turn some heat on in here. It's getting cold. Okay. Back, folks. Whew, it is getting cold in here. A lot of people are streaming right now. Nice. All right. like that look. Need to round it a little bit. There we go. Kind of looks a little straighter, but not quite. Oops, I need to finish that other leg. My bad. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna finish this leg, and then after I'll find someone to raid for us to raid. Need to zoom in more. I do not see where I'm going. There we go. A little bit too far. Can't do it in one way, I'll do it the other direction. Do I care if my hands are shaky right now? No. Am I caring for perfection? No. It's been a long time since I've used this tablet. I'm going older. Well, not too old, but just need to smooth that line there. All right, let's take a look. She's almost perfect. I don't know what's with my camera right now, but I'll have to fix that later. Okay, I'll have to figure that out later. Okay. Need to finish her tail. She looks good. Might have to do a little bit more outlining around her arms, but I don't want to go with the thicker 6 yet. I don't think that'd be smart. Alright. I'm getting hungry, so let's see if we can find someone to raid. I'll raid one of my friends in the Tomb Raider community. We are raiding my friend Lily Jericho. She is another... They are another streamer in the Tomb Raider community. Please be good. Please be... just as wonderful as you were for me, as you are for wonderful for me as you are as you can for them.